All right, guys. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Coastal Team meeting. We've got a nice full house today. Make sure you guys fill in the seats. Come and sit. If you still need a chair, we got them all around. We've got some extras there. You can pull them in so you can make yourself comfortable. You don't want to miss this meeting. We're going to have a lot of fun, so don't duck out after you get your tasty chicken from Christy. Make sure you guys stick around because we're going to have a good time. Okay. First off, you guys, happy birthday to our March babies. So, Dougie, do you have... Okay, whose birthday is in March? Anyone here in the room? Stand up, Elba. Yeah, stand up. Who else? Anyone else's birthday's in March? If so, you guys are March babies. Come on up here. If it's just Elba, we're going to sing to Elba. But if anyone else is here, I don't think I see anyone. It's a short month this month. Guys, so this is all for you, Elba. Okay, everyone, let's sing happy birthday, and Elba's gonna represent all of our March birthdays. Okay, ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear March babies and Elba. Happy birthday to you. Yay, happy birthday. Look at what a light month it is. I don't know what was happening 9 months before this, but not enough, apparently. Not enough. Some of the months, it's like double or triple that. We have another shout out. Kim Peterson. Kim, I don't know, Kimberly, I don't know if you're online. I don't see you here in person, but just big round of applause to Kimberly closing her first transaction. Super solid. We love celebrating you guys, and I'm hearing some of you others that are just got into escrow or getting escrow for your first time. Like, keep it up, keep it up, keep the activities, trust in that. Every producing agent here will tell you, you don't know when the funnel turns on, but when it turns on, it feels real good, right? So just don't give up until you reach that threshold. If you're having a hard time, reach out to your mentors or coaches. We're here to help you. So let's bring up our affiliate partner. You guys, Christy brought us that tasty chicken. We know you love it. No, I'm sorry. Christy brought some stuff earlier. Our sponsor, our 1031 sponsor brought the chicken. Thank you. But Christy, why don't you come on up here? Tell us about you.
Hi guys, Christy B. So I did bring an egg baked yogurt, granola, and a bunch of goodies.
There we go.
I came for your mentee group earlier to help people sign up for the toolbox. Anyone that was at my class earlier, Brandy's class earlier, forgive me. How easy was the toolbox? So easy. I love it. Woo! Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. How long did it take? That's right. So you'll get toolbox flyers in front of you. Along with it being amazing, having really good marketing that you make it under a minute. You'll also connect with me. It's free to use. You do social media content, newsletters, calendars, all kinds of things. And I got a new boss and there's a contest. So will you please, if you like my food, take 60 seconds and sign up for the toolbox. It won't take long. It's really good. But most of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your orders. I really appreciate this. I know I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. If you're letting an outside TC or escrow order your plans, please send them to me. I'd love to maximize the funds. I'll look up the property, invoice your TC, escrow, whoever you want. I'll explain the plans to your buyer. My job is to make your life easy. Click forward with the RPA and CC to escrow. I'll do everything for you so you don't have to touch any of it. My job is to make your life easy, whatever that looks like. So if you call me, text me, email me, I communicate however you communicate, and I'm just here to come up with a place of contribution. So I don't know what you need until you tell me. So just give me a call, and I'm here to help.
Thanks, Christy. Thank you. I know Kaylee isn't here today. You guys reach out to Kaylee for your My NHD needs. We write them into our contracts always, and here is a great rep to ask questions for, meet with your clients, etc. Fidelity. Ladies, come on up here. Woo! What do you have for us?
Hi everyone. Okay, quick question. Does everyone know what a preliminary title report is? Okay. Does everyone know where on their prelim find how property is vested? do you know where to find taxes, status of taxes, or like a judgment, if there's any judgments or mechanics things? Do you guys know where to find that? This is the best answer. The room is quiet, which means it's gonna be full tomorrow because tomorrow we are teaching how to read the preliminary title report.
Good.
It's so important, you guys, that you're responsible for knowing this information, for reading it, for talking to your clients around it. And we're gonna point out red flags, different things. Jump in, I know.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, prelims have been a little, some of the transactions lately have been a little messier, a little stuff going on. Some of the people that are selling have to sell, so there's some stuff on those prelims. So you really need to know what we need, know what title needs in order to close, whether it's the vesting, has someone passed away, all the different things that come up on a prelim, red flag judgments. We're seeing some of that stuff. So
Just to reiterate, we once pulled a prelim for a property that had a lien against it with someone with the same name, but different middle names. So it was not our client. It was like, John Q. Smith, and it was really John P. Smith. And so we had to get it removed. And that was a judgment that would have had to be done before close. So yeah, that can help.
like that.
Yeah.
So we can get it all cleared, and we're going to talk about the statement of information. We're going to go over we're going to go over a prelim live with our live links that also show the really handy dandy summary, so you know exactly what to handle first. So yeah, please join us tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Yeah, be here tomorrow. It's a lot of good information, and I know somebody here will absolutely learn something.
Good. Thank you both very much. Thank you. Oh, whoops, sorry, here, your class was right after that. Yep, just a reminder, here at the office, 11 to 12. And we have Sarah, Pacific Coastline. I don't see her back there, you guys. Please go back and visit Sarah and Marcella back there. If you are looking for seller net sheets, if you're working with another escrow company, we'd love to earn your business and look at those net sheets and say, what can we do differently, right, to help your clients more? So go back and talk to Sarah. Mike, why don't you talk about the numbers? What are interest rates right now?
Well, on the next slide, you'll have the interest rates that did bump up just a little bit from last week. Last couple days, we've seen a little bit of turbulence in rates. We don't really necessarily anticipate it to continue to rise. Just understand that, during this time, like Alex and I have been talking about, you're just going to get a little bit of volatility, a little bit of bumps, but we're staying within the range of high fives to low sixes. Anytime we're below 6, there's plenty enough momentum for us all to do a lot of business this year.
Yep.
And speaking of doing a lot of business this year, there is a specific niche market in Southern California right now with all of us, and that is condos. Condos that happen to be under the classification of a non-warrantable condo. So the last couple of months, Alex and I have been doing a tremendous amount of research. Some of it has been uncomfortable research, but we are powering through it because we wanted to get you guys all a really solid answer on how to navigate these conversations with a failed SB 326 balcony inspection. So anytime you hear balcony inspection or non-warrantable, know that you now have experts in this office that can help you navigate that process. Just to give you a high-level view on the 3 key pieces that you'll need to be able to get a loan on a non-warrantable condo with a failed balcony inspection is going to be, you're going to want a minimum of 20% down. Now, there are occurrences where we can play around with a 15% down, but those are going to be case by case. So the best thing to do is just remember the general rule of 20% down. The other 2 pieces are going to be, if you have a failed balcony inspection for the complex, it's important that we get whatever repairs are called out for the subject unit. So the actual condo that you're listing or representing a buyer to purchase, that unit itself has to have their balcony repairs completed. So that's the number 2. And then the last piece is that you need a letter from the HOA attesting and confirming that the repairs have been completed for your specific unit. So as long as you have those 3 key pieces, you can get financing in there. And there's actually a lot of lenders now that are kind of opening up as long as you have those 3 key pieces. So if you have a listing coming up, or if you have a buyer that wants to purchase a condo and you just don't know all the ins and outs of this situation yet, come talk to Alex or I, because him and I are both getting educated specifically on this so that we can provide you answers. Because a lot of the other agents and loan officers that I'm talking to that are out of different offices other than our KW office here, is these other loan officers are giving up and the agents don't have any clarity on it. And so you guys have an opportunity to solve a problem in a market that has a big problem right now. And that is a path to a lot more business. You look like you have a question. Go ahead. Or you're just in so much agreement.
Seems like that.
Okay.
Falling out of escrows because of it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
like, yeah, it's real.
If you have a listing right now that could fall under that category, now is the time to partner with someone like Mike or Alex, just even going in and knowing that they can do a loan in the property, because we're having some hard times with some of the agents.
So if we're the listing agent, can we then say, hey, I've got a lender that will work with this particular property and because I've been noticing that on the MLS now that people will, I've seen it where it's, you have to go through this person or you have to go through this loan.
So there's an ethical line that people are walking there. There's a difference between requiring any buyer to use a specific lender and instead coming at it from a position of service and saying, look, we are aware that there are challenges on this complex for financing. And we, as a smart office and a smart listing agent, have gone to the seller and said, hey, look, we want a copy of your balcony inspection. We need all these details. And we've gotten the package together. Like, oh, I'm sorry, there's another piece that we need. We need photos of the balcony proving that all the repairs have been completed if there's repairs called out. And so being able to come at the buyer from a position of service and saying, look, these are the things that we know to be required, and we're happy to provide them to any lender who can do a non-warrantable condo loan. Now, if your loan officer cannot do a non-warrantable condo loan, we're happy. We already have this lender that's already done the work ahead of time and will be able to provide financing for that buyer.
You know, Mike, I think this would be a great class. So let's get that on the calendar so you guys can talk about it a little bit more about how to approach that conversation and how to best prepare it. So I love that. Thank you, Mike. Big round of applause. It's always good news to me as long as it's under 6. We're going to talk about that more when Manny and I go through the market stats. Gary Keller had some pretty strong opinions about what this market looks like today, and you guys definitely don't want to miss it. So the true sponsor of the chicken, will you please stand up and come up to the front? We have our 1031 exchange guy. They love chicken. So I got to make sure that we give you the credit where chicken is due, and that's to you. But Marcus, what do you have for us?
For you today, speaking of food and meal, I want you to imagine that you're seated at a very fancy dinner, a coursed out meal, right?
Just put that on your
Thank
jacket.
you.
You're good.
I want to imagine, have you ever been to one of those fancy meals before? They give you, what do they give you in between courses? They give you sherbet so that you can clear your palate. So I want you to clear your palate on, what you know, what we've been talking about. We've been talking about home ownership. When we're talking about the 1031 exchange, we need to change hats and focus on investment ownership, which is a bird of a different feather. It is a totally different ball of wax. And I'm going to hear talk about that. Let's start with capital gains, what capital gains are. We're going to be talking about this figure that's called the basis. That's fancy language for the original purchase price. It's adjusted to serve as a marker from which to calculate future capital gains. So in this particular, I'm going to be using these numbers really quickly. This property was purchased for around $500,000 as an investment property. 10 years later, it sells for $1.5 million. You take that sales price, you subtract the basis, the original purchase price, and it's the difference of the both values that gets taxed. It's not the equity, it's not the proceeds, it's not what you put in, it's that difference in value that gets taxed. That's how they do it. Now, let me ask you this. Be honest with me. I'm not going to call the IRS on you. How many of you ever been approached by a client needing help with their capital gains?
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you tell them? They need to speak to a CPA.
I was gonna say, yep.
Right? You don't figure it
CPA,
out.
we can't
Even now
advise
that
them.
you have this calculation, do not do it. You'll get it colossally wrong. You'll get it colossally wrong because you're not privy to what they declare as capital improvements or depreciation. You'll get it colossally wrong. And I know that leaves you feeling bad. If I know anything about realtors, you want to be the end all and be all for your clients. You can't do that. So the next time, and especially now, we're heading towards tax time. It is very important that you realize the very important role that you play. The next time that somebody asks you for help with their capital gains taxes, say, I can't do that, but I'm going to do you a solid. Let me run a CMA on your property. That way you can take that figure to your CPA and they will get you a more accurate look at what your capital gains taxes stand to be. All right, so let's go back one. So let's take a look at how the property were to be taxed if it was sold. Let me start with this, give you another realtor wink. An investment owner never, ever, ever, join the chorus, ever profits when they sell. They never profit when they sell in any circumstances. Why? Because when they sell, next slide, when they sell, they get taxed accordingly. We start off with 25, not even attributed to the gain, but that depreciation that they had to take for wear and tear and upkeep, that allowance that they get. When they sell that property, they're going to add up the years that they took out in that to depreciation, whether they did or not, and they're going to charge them 25% of that. That then now attributed to the gain, up to 20% for the IRS, up to 13.3 for the state of California, and another 3.8 for the Obamacare, the Medicare surtax, which is still in effect. So what happens when these people that have that $1 million gain, 60% is left over for reinvestment. I met a couple in Puerto Vallarta that sold their investment property. They said, where the hell were you when they did? Because they paid $356,000 to the IRS.
Wow.
Right, next slide. So what's the solution? The 1031 exchange. This allowance, this provision has now been in existence for 105 years. It was created in 1921, which allows investment owners to defer, not cancel, not avoid, not loophole around, defer, pay later their capital gains taxes when they exchange properties of equal or greater value, okay? There's some requirements. The property needs to be held. And what do I mean by held? Declared on your taxes as an investment property for 2 or more tax years. The intent must be that you're going to sell it and exchange it for another one that is also going to be held, declared on their taxes as an investment or business property. And then third, the tax structure. The tax structure that must stay the same. The taxpayer who sells must be the same taxpayer who buys. Next one. So here are the 4 basic rules. First of all, like-kind property. It's not identical property, but any real property that is also going to be used for business or investment. So you can go from a single-family residence to a condo to a commercial building to vacant land. Vacant land, why? Because it's held for investment and it appreciates. And I know many an investor that wishes they would have purchased vacant land in that little place called Newport Beach, Hermosa Beach, and as recent as Fontana and Pomona, which have now new, and taxpayer must be the same and adhere to a strict timeline. Next slide. Oh, here's one thing that's very, very important to you. The IRS allows the taxpayer to deduct all those non-recurring closing costs, your commission, the escrow, the title fee, our fee, which is $1,250 per exchange, includes 1 sale and 1 purchase. Anything accorded between buyer and seller for repair also gets deducted. How does that help them? It adjust the replacement value. So they would sell for 1.5, they deduct all those non-recurring closing costs, and now they have a new minimum replacement price, which would be 1.4. You can ask for full commission on investment sales. Go for it, do it, go for it, live it, breathe it. Next one. The timeline. The timeline. Who can tell me when the exchange starts? I'll tell you. The exchange starts when you go into escrow. Why? Because we have to be assigned. We as the qualified intermediaries are the receivers of the funds. If the funds were to stay in escrow, it would be a canceled exchange because it would be considered touched and therefore taxable. So the monies come to us. So when we have to be set up from the get-go so that at closing, we receive those funds. At closing, it's day 0. The very next day is day 1 of the total 180 calendar days that they have to close. Okay. The first 45 days are for identification purposes. By day 45, they must submit, if they haven't completed the exchange, submit 3 properties that they're going to close on. And after day 45, it must be one of those properties at value that they close on. Otherwise, it's a failed exchange. We can talk more about that. I'm going to be here to answer any of your questions. A lot of people think that that's a really short timeline, but it's not if you prepare accordingly. The key to a successful 1031 exchange is planning, 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 knowing how to negotiate, noting your role. And I have these 3 questions that you can ask anytime you are dealing with an investment owner to quickly qualify them for the 1031 exchange. If they answer yes to all 3 of those questions, we're talking a 1031 exchange. The next question that you should ask is, can I help you shopping? Have you started shopping? And can I be on that transaction as well? I think that's it. Boot. I don't want to forget the boot. If the taxpayer owes money on that property, if they have a loan out, does that diminish the value? No, it doesn't. So debt must be replaced as well. Debt must be replaced. If they have a loan for $500,000, they're going to either need to re-borrow $500,000 because it's about value to value or greater, right? If not, they could bring in cash. And if not, they're going to get taxed at that exorbitant rate for that amount of money that doesn't get transferred over. And I think that's it. So with the 1031 exchange, we go from here to here. Yes. And I will be speaking on, I'll be bringing a friend. We're going to be talking about the 1031 exchange under the lens of what a big phenomenon that you should all be aware of, the great wealth shift. $23 trillion of real estate has been held by this silent generation and the baby boomer generation. I missed it by 1 year, 4 months actually. They are dealing with management fatigue. They have different needs. It's not so much about building wealth, it's about preserving it. So $23 trillion worth of real estate is either going to be inherited, repositioned, transferred, or going to Uncle Sam due to poor planning. So we're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be sharing with you this option known as the Delaware Statutory Trust, DST, which is very, very popular now. And it's another option that you can give your clients for many reasons. There's many benefits from working into exchanging into a DST. Other than that, I'll see you here, and I'll be around to answer all those questions. And I'm out of breath.
Thank you. I was just gonna say your energy. I'm gonna grab that from you. Yeah. You're gonna say I love your energy, you guys. Make sure you come to his class next week after the team meeting. 1031 exchange is so crucial. We get a lot of questions. Like I hear the question all the time: can I 1031 exchange out of California and into another state? That's a great question to talk about and to come to the class, right? Or how can I help somebody here? Or how can I help keep up the timelines? So come in and enjoy and participate in that class. Let's celebrate our people. Remember, these are just the closings that we had this week. So congrats to the Heidi and Leslie team, Kendra Miller, Andrea and Keith ×2. Shout out to you guys. The green team, Alice Billman, Donna Herman, Doug Shea, Lewis, Dolph ×2, Michelle Harding, Live Distinctively, Keith Koss, Get ready for this number. It's impressive. $17,423,800. Solid week. Okay, we have a lot of new listings to celebrate. Speaking of land, Ron has has a land listing for 70K out in Palms, 29 Palms. So contact Ron. Ron also has a new listing out in Fountain Valley listed for 1.16 bed, 3 bath. Kendra has a listing on East Abbeyfield in Long Beach listed for 1.13 bed, 1 and 2.5 baths with a nice pool, it looks like. Grant, I see you here. Here, Dougie, let me pass that back. Maybe you can run it back to Grant.
Thank you, Doug. Do I need to press anything? Nope. Okay, so we've got a 2-bed, 1-bath in Riverside. It's about 1,092 square feet. It's got a huge lot, 7,800. You can put an ADU on the back. It's got a lot of space back there. It's just 10 minutes from the historic downtown district and Mission Inn. Really, really great property. Message me for any details. We have an offer in, so if you have any clients that want to see it, we can get you in today or tomorrow at the latest. Thank you.
Awesome. Congrats, Grant. Thank you. Chris has a listing on Alton and Corona. It's listed for $835, 2-bed, 2-bath. Allison Van Wig has a listing on Ashworth in Lakewood. It's listed for $835, 3-bed, 1-bath. Rich is here. I don't know if him and his team had popped out to pitch their listings, but they wanted to put these in the team meeting. He has a listing 2637 St. Louis Avenue. It's an industrial building here in Signal Hill. It's listed for 2.65, and definitely something to talk about and reach out to the team if you've got questions. There's one on Arkansas Street. It's an industrial building in Artesia. It's listed for 1.225. And then their last one, they have a warehouse with a large lot out in Torrance, and it's listed for $3 million. All right, so let's open it up to the room. Who has listings to pitch? Things that are coming soon, listings, buyer needs, anyone? Give it a second. Oh, yes, Kimberly. Make sure you say your first and last name for the Zooms. They can't see you.
All right. Hi, I'm Kimberly Mangan. Hi. Happy birthday. I have a buyer need somewhere in either Huntington Beach, Long Beach, or past, what was there? Oh, Irvine. And the home needs to be at least a 2-1. Cute is a big part of it. It has to be cute. And the front door has to be facing north.
Yeah.
So that is what I'm. That is what I've been looking for a little while now too, and it's hard in Long Beach because Long Beach front doors, a lot of them are east to west because of the way the streets run. So, but if anybody has anything in that, at the least.
Single family, condo.
Oh, and up to single family home and up to about $1 million.
Okay, good. Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Pins right there. Anyone else? Listings to pitch, buyer needs? Yes, Mr. Angel.
It's Dawn Angel today.
Don Juan Angel. That's what I'm going to call you.
I have an all-cash buyer, $500,000. She's looking for a 1-bedroom condo, specifically in Los Altos neighborhood or nearby. $500,000, 1-bedroom for a condo. I also have a second buyer need as well. We're pre-approved for $700,000 max for a townhouse in Hawthorne or nearby cities for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. They prefer to be a 3-level kind of townhouse rather than being on top of someone. Oh, and then also the all-cash buyer, there can't be no 4s on the address. Something culturally, I don't know, she just can't have 4s on the address.
Okay. So. Interesting client stuff. I love that. Anyone else? All right, moving on. Cool. So you guys, as I bring up my panelists up here, and many, I don't know if you can drag your chair. I think we're short one chair. If I can pull you guys up here while I talk, who of you guys know or heard of the fact that we just got back from Atlanta? Yes. Hopefully hot Atlanta. It was the opposite of hot though, so that's kind of a joke to me.
On Thursday it was 78 and 75 on Friday, and then we had the weather.
I think the rest of the temperature, it was on average about 20 degrees. Yeah, on average about 20 degrees. Yeah, Brandy, why don't you go? Perfect, girly. Anyways, you guys, so family reunion, just in case you don't know, if you're a guest here visiting us, we have 2 major conventions a year. There's a reason Keller Williams does them 6 months apart, and that's so we can be filled every 6 months with community, with networking, with hearing what top agents from around the country are doing. So we just got back from this convention. So I would like to welcome my panelists up here. You guys, big round of applause. Welcome. Yes. Doug, I believe Leslie is also on Zoom, Miss Leslie from Hawaii. So I don't know if you can highlight her there so that way it's not us right there at the front. So we can, if she is on there, I'd love to have her welcome. So anyways, you guys, these are some of the people that attended family reunion, and we wanted to ask them to come and share their takeaways. So let's just open it up to the group, just generally speaking. You guys you don't have to go in order, just shout out. Give me an overall example of kind of what was your experience going to Atlanta specifically? Traveling, going to family reunion, was it your first time, 10th time? Tell me more about that overview.
It was great.
I'm gonna give that to you.
It was great. It was my first time out of the airport in Atlanta.
Yes.
Oh, that was a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, I've been through Atlanta probably 100 times, and so this time I actually got to step out the door, which was great. But yeah, the city was great. It had a good, nice city vibe and good food. And
For me, it was an amazing experience. Kind of have been to Atlanta before, but it wasn't about the city. It was definitely about the family reunion, the convention. I had been invited to go the past 2 years and I did not attend. And now that I've gone, I'm going to go every single year. It was amazing. We met so many people. One of the things that Leslie and I focused on was, getting referrals from across the country. We have our business here in Long Beach and we have our business in Hawaii. And so we needed to network with other agents. And we passed out our business card with chocolate covered macadamia nuts. So we did pass out 80 cards in macadamia nuts together. But we made really good quality connections with about 30 agents across the country and across the world. I met some people from Spain and Greece, and that was truly exciting. And we're already connecting and talking on WhatsApp and Facebook and stuff. So that was probably the most amazing experience. And then all the wealth of knowledge that we were given, the confirmation on the things that we're doing right, because I need to hear that, because I only hear what I'm not doing right. So hearing what I'm doing right, but also hearing what I can improve on and do better and how I can grow, and the energy level. I mean, being fully immersed with 12,000 agents for 3 or 4 days was so empowering and so impactful that, like I said, I'm going to go back every year.
And you guys did, I just want to point out, you guys did a really good job because it was your first time. The both of you reached out to me and said, hey, this is what we want to get out of it. How do we do that? So before you even went, you were like, hey, let me strategize what I need to do and get prepared and get ready and put on my plan. Like, that's a smart investment, right? We're not just buying a ticket. We're saying, hey, here's what I find valuable and how can I find that in the experience? So I just want to give you a shout out for that. It seemed like it worked well by what sounds like.
You gave us great advice, what to wear, what not to wear. We walked 15,000 steps every single day. It was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So we got all of our steps in and it was awesome.
I love that.
So good.
Anyone else want to answer this or chime in?
Yeah. It was my 4th family reunion. I think in terms of the classes and the content that I learned, it was probably the better of the 4. Second time in Atlanta, it was better than the first, for sure, for me. And definitely, I always go to family reunion. So it's definitely valuable.
Yeah, love it.
It was by the way, you can just put it over here. It's gonna carry it throughout. You don't have to hold it really. That was my 13th the 13th time that I went to the events. That was by far the best one I've been to.
Yep.
Not just the keynote speakers that were superb, very diverse as well, different topics, different subjects, different backgrounds or what have you, very articulate and very straight to the point, some more aggressive than others. Probably not going to talk about that. But it was also the best group of agents and leaders that I've ever traveled with.
Yeah, it was so
30
fun.
years with the company. And for me, that's really what I'm focused on mostly. I'll share more later. And it was the best experience. I didn't care much about Atlanta. It was my first time outside the airport, but we made the best out of it. And it's all about who you travel with and what you want to focus on. So that was a thumbs up for me.
You know, we always talk about like, here's what we learned, and here's this, but the family reunion outside of family reunion is one of my favorite parts. The dinners, no, but seriously, it's intentional conversation, the dinners, the bonding. Like we traveled with probably one of the largest groups, many since I've been here, about 6.5 years, right? This is the largest group we've had in a while, go to one event outside of California, which we know if it's in Anaheim, come on, you guys, everyone, you know, goes the 10 miles to go. But the point is like, it's those outside intentional moments that are things that I can't over express, right? Those late nights, those early mornings together, just the bond that you make with people from South Bay or from luxury, right? It's really crucial. Leslie, did you want to add anything on top of that? If not, we'll just start opening it up here.
Yeah, sure. I was really encouraged, like Heidi said, that our main reason we wanted to go was to connect with people. And I was also excited to connect more with people from our office and the South Bay office and Palos Verdes. And it was really easy to connect with people. Everyone is in the mindset of wanting to connect as well. And instead of, like we all want to work as a team to get deals done, but at the end of the day, like we are all each other's competition. But at that conference, everyone has the same goal of building their business and learning. And so we're meeting people like in the line to the bathroom. Like we're getting, how iPhones can touch and like share contact info. Like every person I'm meeting, I'm connecting with them. I'm maybe learning something small about them. They're learning something small about me, and we're getting each other's contact info. It was really, really easy and really fun to meet people. And that was something that surprised me.
You know, I think it was you guys, or maybe it was Brian and Lily had shared that they had met someone naturally in line waiting, and they were a producer that was doing 35 units a month. And all they had was one admin. 35 units a month. And it's like, yeah, they're in a market where the average price point is 400. And do you know the type of systems and dedication and mental wherewithal it would take to juggle 35 clients and closings a month? Like we complain about one or two sometimes, but it's those natural conversations you might not normally encounter, right? So this year, Keller Williams did something kind of fun and a little different. And the first day of family reunion was called Social Media Con. And all of the content for that day was specifically about social media. So they had a lot of people speak. So what are some of the things that you guys took away from this day? What are some ahas that you had? Notes maybe that you made that you're going to implement from Social Media Con from that day. Yeah, Janet. Yeah, speak up when you guys are ready, by the way.
I really like Donald Miller.
Yes.
He was the one that I connected the most with. His message was when you're doing social media, it's building it as a story. It's building your social media and what you put out as the story. You are not the hero of the story. And that's the one thing that he really said, keep this in mind. You are not the hero. Your customer is the hero. What do you need to do? What problem do you need to solve to make your customer the hero?
I love Donald. I have the slide up there. Shout out, you guys. Donald wrote a book, and I actually have 2 copies here for some really special people. And one of them is for Jenny, if you could pass that down, Jenny. And another one is for Jeremy. And here's why. These people showed up to the watch party. There you go, Jeremy. People showed up to the watch party here at this office, but Donald Miller, Jenny, hold that book up for me. Donald Miller, brand story. Do you guys want to talk about any of this at all? This is his book that he wrote. This was such a really good thing for all of us to take away. We're not the hero of real estate. Like we post and we write like, hey, we're the heroes. Look at how super awesome I am. I'm doing my job and selling homes. Like really, it's about the story of your clients, right? Any other takeaways or ahas from him? He was a great one. He said, your client is the hero. They have the problem. You're the guide who gives them the plan and then calls them into action. So to get the results and success they want, this helps avoid failure.
I think he basically coaching in that aspect to how to be a better storyteller, and it's part of the success formula to business, which comes down to just having a good conversation, right? So he said, someone's going to ask you, what do you do for a living? You can say, I'm a realtor, or you can present. I forgot exactly how he answered that. Maybe you have those notes, but
yeah, something like I help somebody find their dream home.
Yes.
Help families live happily ever after. So telling the story through what you do versus just saying, I'm a realtor, I sell homes.
People don't have a high enough cognitive ability. Like that's a high cognitive thing to decipher what realtor means, right? Like they just to figure it out. Lender, I think about that, or anything. Title people, right? To figure out what that truly is, someone probably doesn't know, and we need to be the ones to articulate it to them. I love that, saying it in a different way. Instead of being like, I'm a team leader, I help people build businesses. I help build entrepreneurs, right? Yeah, that's great.
Telling a story, you are not the hero, but
Yeah.
you are inviting your clients into your story.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, he basically, that specific book, I'm not sure if you can share that after the team meeting, just that one page.
Sure.
He broke down to whatever steps, the pattern of a storytelling, right? It's like, again, like this, like superhero or what have you. And then when you have a conversation, like you just mentioned, Jeremy, you add the individual, the client into that story, and they can basically envision, right, the whole experience. But it's all about the experience, really.
I love that. Any other comments about Donald Miller or social media day in general? Who else? We had a pretty big one.
Well, I was just going to say, as a whole, for me, being in that social media con, it was like eyes wide open now. Like, wow, I am not doing enough. Like, there is so much more I can do to take advantage of. The one thing I heard, and this was from, and I'm terrible with names. What's the guy that says the F word all the time?
Gary V, right here. I have a visual, just in case we need. I have a visual.
He's my man, but the impact of how much we can use it and how big and wide it is, and what I'm not doing enough of. But also that we need to take advantage of this because it's the one free tool we have, and how much longer will it be free?
Yes.
We spend money where we don't need to be spending money if we just utilize social media. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I have to make a video and I have to create this and I have to do this. And I heard something else that was like mind blowing to me, that I can just be everybody's super fan. All I have to do is do some posting, which is not a big deal, but I need to engage in other people.
Yes.
I'm not taking enough time to spend time with my own sphere. And 80% of our business came from sphere last year. It could be I could double that business just in my sphere if I'm engaging more with my sphere on the one platform I hate the most, which is Facebook. But that's where all of my sphere lives. My sphere does not do Instagram or LinkedIn or, YouTube or any of those other platforms. They are all on Facebook, and I stay away from it. And now I'm like, whoa, I got to get back into Facebook, and I have to engage with my sphere, and that'll bring me business. And I need to use that.
Giselle and Gary both said social media is not a box that we need to check off. This is not, I do social media. I pay someone to do my social media. This is not a box. It's a relationship tool, right? It's not a box to check. It's a relationship tool. What else? Yeah.
I think also Gary V mentioned that instead of social media con, they should have named it interest.
Interest, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the social media is not really social space anymore. Like when we look at Instagram stories or what have you, if you look at one thing too many times, it keeps showing up, right? Because that's the algorithm, or more like what kind of interest the system thinks that will capture your attention. It's going to keep showing to you over and over again. So fine. I mean, don't fight it as a professional. Take advantage of it, right? So it's mostly that mindset. The second thing he mentioned, which I think is spot on. By the way, he's one of the most successful online marketers in the world, right? I think last year he made 150 million as an individual. And most of the commercials, ads that you guys see out there, that's from his companies, right? But what Hey, don't go. Come over here. Yeah. Oh,
You're good. You're fine. You're okay.
So he mentioned something about ikat malang thought.
You're fine. Oh, you're talking about Gary Vee, and you were talking about the lines and the streams of business and doing online marketing. I'll keep talking about Gary Vee, and then you hop in. Okay. So one of the things that really resonated with me with Gary Vee, well, just first of all, raise your hand. Who here is familiar with Gary Vee's content? Okay. If you did not raise your hand, you might not be used to his approach, which was very real. I really liked it personally. And Gary really talked about for over an hour. We are making too many excuses. Just in general. We're not working hard enough. Spoiler alert, we're not. Like, yeah, go ahead.
I remember.
Okay, good. I was like, interrupt me, and then that's fine. That's fine.
What he was saying is this, and I think he's right. So you gotta pay attention to those things, right? In the lines of what you said, and I'm not gonna repeat the words because I don't cuss, at least not in public.
Yeah.
But he basically what he said is just stop whining.
Yes.
And then just do it. Just do it, right? And by the way, you don't have to. That's why there's we call it the 80-20 rule. It's really the 1%er that making most of the money and get all the success, because they do no matter what, right? So just do it. And what he was talking about in the social media con or the interest platform is put content. What content you can expand doesn't really matter as long as it's out there in multiple platforms.
Yeah.
You don't really have to think about it. Just put it. Why? Because, and I can ask the same thing right now. Raise your hand if you used to search for things on Google. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you doing similar search today, but using any of the AI platform, ChatGPT, or look around you. It's pretty much the same, So same thing with your clients. It's going to transition fully. Like today, I don't use Google anymore at all. I'm only using AI myself. It's going to end up being Long Beach agent, whatever, and then you're going to show up because you have, why? Because the AI takes their stuff from where? From all the online stuff that we feed into it, right? So what he was saying is right now is maybe still free to use those platforms, Instagram, Facebook, etc. But if you don't feed it today, the future AI won't know what to learn from. So we can call it manipulate, determine, elevate, doesn't matter. It's a factual thing. So we need to step up our game.
Yeah. And people want to know who you are. Like he gave the example of the asparagus, right? Of saying like, if you just love asparagus and you somehow know the difference between the white kind and the regular yucky green kind, maybe that's a video that you might want to make because people are going to be looking for that content and it's going to be attached to you through AI.
If I'm Christy Shimi over there, right?
Yeah.
Forget about home warranty. I'm totally all in with my cooking and whatever, and she's going to be the #1 rep in the United States.
Right. That's what's crazy. Is like you have to tap into that.
Instagram it.
Instagram, yeah. How to cater for 50 people. I love it.
Focus on the interest. Like I used to think it was all about the likes. It's not about the likes. It's about the interest.
Giselle talked about that. Yes.
That you're getting. Somebody told me the other day that they posted something and they got like 100 likes, but they got 5 people that were interested and DM them, and they have 5 new clients from the DMs, not from the likes.
Yes.
So what is your social media doing for you? You have to really look at what your content is and be interesting. Nobody cares if I'm talking about escrows. They really don't. Maybe some people do, but that's not interesting to most people. So what am I doing out there when I'm on social media?
Yeah. To get back to the truth, like I said, Gary Vee said, we need to be working harder. He talked about in every single market that he's been in, no matter what the presidency is, no matter what's happening in the economy, he's made money. And that's what we have to discern that a little bit and go, we need to find a way to still help our clients buy homes in a way that we know is right, right? We have to work really up. Christy?
The other day at the meeting, and an agent shared that she started doing restaurant reviews when she had really good service and food or whatnot, and that she did her first one, and she had almost 5,000 people commenting and liking and everything else. She said it just blew up, and that she was just shocked
because she'd never done anything like that before. I was like, oh my gosh, what restaurant, what's that?
Yeah.
Video.
Yeah.
But she said that and went crazy.
I love it.
It's a simple video.
Leslie, do you have anything? Feel free to jump in, unmute, share anything social media con takeaways.
I think the main thing from Gary and well, from all of them was be more personal. Don't, like everyone has said, don't look at it as a box to check. Share what you're interested in because people will resonate with that. And a couple of them were really helpful with how to organize your content, put it into 3 different boxes. One is personal, one is expertise, and one is sales. So I know I focus too much on promoting our sales, and I want to focus more on expertise and personal and show people who I am, what I'm interested in, so that they can continue to want or to resonate with me so I can continue to grow my following. And um, he Gary even said he would recommend that we spend 50% of our week on social media, which is like so much more than I'm spending now and so significant.
He said that's what he would do if he was trying to be an agent today. And I would have to say that's something I would listen to. That was a great note. Yeah. Any other comments, you guys? I want to share this with you too. A really great guy, Stephen Womack, came up and literally taught for like the smallest amount, and he gave some of the best applicable nuggets. If you guys are taking content and videos here, these are some simple settings that you can set on your phone to really up your level of content. Just change it when you go to do the video from 60 frames per second. Did you know the iPhone defaults to 30? So that's half of the amount of pictures it's going to take in. Therefore, it's half as good as the quality if you think about it. Same thing with 4K. How many pixels that are happening? Change that in your setting. And then also turn your HDR video off and then turn your lock camera on. So those are simple settings right before you go to take your next video. Try setting it up this way and you're going to get a clearer picture and image. Also have better raw content to then take and put into CapCut or Canva or whatever it is you're using. So I just wanted to share that. So you guys.
And he does a lot of how-tos on his Instagram, so he's a good person to follow.
Yes, that's a really good point. Thank you. So any more thoughts on social media con? If not, I'm going to open up to all of Family Reunion. What else did you guys learn? What did you take away? Maybe what breakout sessions did you attend that you would like to share some content on?
Brandy and Janet brought a lot of notes, by the way.
I know. I was going to say, why don't you start with some of them? Yeah, start with some of them.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I went to several classes. I did a lot of the sports and entertainment breakouts and the commercial land development just because I want my career to go in a certain direction. So you're able to focus it when you go.
I love that. Yeah.
And then, but one of the ones that I did had to do with 10xing your listings. And so what she was talking about was do pre-marketing, send letters to the neighbors with your listing, with your seller's permission, to let them know that you're getting ready to list, that you haven't. So you have to be careful with the timing of when you sign your listing and CRMLS marketing rules and all of that. But she said just that 2 to 3 weeks of extra marketing is very helpful to get more leads. And then she keeps an open house book, or when she does her open houses, she keeps a book that says what Zillow doesn't tell you. So that way the people that come to her open houses will sign up to get a copy of that book. So it's something cute that you can do at your open houses to get more people to call you, even if they're not, super concerned with that particular house.
Deliverables are great. I just want to put a pinpoint on that. That's a really good way to gather content that's outside of, hey, please just check in, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, get my list of off-market properties. Sign up here, right? Like that's a different way for us to gather their info that's in a non just sign in way. So good.
Yeah, and she was also using our command to do the targeted Facebook ads. And when she's going on her listing appointments, she's specifically saying, when you list with us, you're getting targeted marketing and ad spend, even though it's not really costing us much because those Facebook ads are so cheap with command.
Great points.
Yeah, there's so many notes. I don't even know what to tell you.
Why don't you pinpoint 1 or 2 really good ones and you guys just speak up. Yeah.
Family reunion was so incredible that my biggest complaint was that I couldn't get to enough places.
Yes.
That had so much wealth of knowledge and so many, breakout sessions that you could go to that I'm so grateful I have a business partner because we actually got to break apart and go separately to different thoughts and got that much more out of it. But all of the things that I went to and that Leslie went to almost all tied back into each other, which I found very fascinating. And as most of you know, we have a farm and we really figured out what we can do more in our farm. So that was a big eye opener for us. Being consistent, we think we're consistent. But like she said, if you're sending out one postcard every couple months, you might as well not send out any. Like you've got to be consistent and send one out every single month. We door knock every single month, but we still need to make sure that we're consistent and to be the mayor in your area. So like when you go to the grocery store, they need to know who you are. When there's a carnival going on, you need to be there. You shouldn't be passing out drinks. You should be walking around and socializing. Like you need to be the mayor. And then the referral piece of it, like, yeah, we went there to get referrals with other agents, but I'm still not tapped in my own sphere in the referrals that I could be getting there and how to touch and really make sure that your past clients and your friends and family are getting something from you all the time. They were talking about 36 touches in 2 years. That seems like a lot to me, something that I don't think I can do, but it was so easy when you come right down to it. Yeah, I could. If I just had one event and invited them to the event, followed up to remind them about the event and followed up after the event, that's 3 touches.
Yep.
You know, so we make it harder than it really needs to
Totally.
be, right? Happy birthday, happy anniversary, just little things like that. And then of course a postcard and then an email, but all those little touches that I don't think that matter, they really do matter the most. So that was one of the things that I got from it.
Those are good ones. Janet?
Okay, well, in answer to the fact that you couldn't get to every breakout session, I found 2 places where they have note dumps. It doesn't have every single one, but it has quite a bit of it. So I'll get that information. I don't have it with me today, but I'll get that information out to people if people are interested.
That's awesome.
And we can dump our notes in there too.
Correct.
Oh, very cool. Love it.
So for me, one of the breakout sessions I went to was from zero leads to a bunch of leads on YouTube. I'm a big YouTuber. I have 13,000 subscribers. That doesn't mean shit.
Everyone go to Janet's YouTube channel right now and subscribe if you don't already. She has funny videos, great videos.
Which I found really interesting. Subscribers don't matter. You can have 200 subscribers and do a fantastic job with YouTube, just if you're using it in a strategic way. And apparently I've been non-strategic, and probably the best thing to do would be to start over, is what they were saying. And that was just like, oh.
But one of the reasons I just want to pinpoint, one of the reasons they said that is because right now social media algorithms are actually trying to show new content. And you can actually, by creating a new Instagram or creating a new YouTube video, you can post content and it might actually have the probability to reach organically more people than it would if you launched one from your previous channel. Does that make sense? Like the way the algorithms work.
So wait, I'm sorry. So you're saying create a whole new channel.
I'm saying, first of all, like reflect for you, if it makes sense for you. But if you're someone like Janet that has 13,000 people, it's not saying, hey, get rid of your channel. But it might make sense for Janet to start a second channel that's just about one topic. Does that make sense? Because the video Janet posts on that new account might have the organic possibility to be shown to more people because it's a new account. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going, Janet.
That was very distracting
Great.
to me, but damn it, I'll do it.
Gary Vee said 7 channels, right? Or 7 accounts, whatever he said, 7 accounts. Gary Vee said 7 accounts, 7 accounts.
Realtor. No, it shouldn't be that. It should be Long Beach Gems. Fascinating things about Long Beach.
Yes.
It shouldn't be Janet Darrow Realtor. It doesn't have my name on it.
Yep.
One of the things that I thought was kind of interesting, and this was more of a brand type of thing that I went to, it was on Remy AI. I don't know if you've heard of that product. It's something that's going to be part of the command dashboard. And it's something that is like an AI specifically for real estate agents. This woman in front of us did a CMA in about 2 minutes. Really nice, flashy, beautiful report. She did a newsletter in 5 minutes, And what was the other one she did? One other thing, but I mean, it was like the possibilities of this, and this is going to be a product that's open to us that I'm excited about, because anything I can do that saves time in doing all these things we should be doing was exciting to me. Let's see. Oh, I went to a MOFR one. That's make offer for immediate response. That one kind of scared me because I didn't want to offer to buy the house if it didn't sell in 90 days. But I mean, some of these were pretty dramatic things, but she's making a gazillion dollars on her MOFR completely built around, you know, publicizing and keeping MOFRs out in front of the public. So you can do smaller MOFRs, which would be where I would start, but you know, just keep that as something that you can do for the business, something that you can offer for immediate response. With, you know, whether it's the Zillow leads book that's at the open house or something else.
I heard one, you know, a lot of people were doing cash offers in 72 hours or whatever, right? That it was like they work with and they collect all those people that are contacting you guys every day. You know, those annoying texts and calls we get that, hey, do you have any off-market properties? They collect all their names and numbers, and then what they do is say, hey, we'll give you a all cash offer in 48 hours or whatever. And so that's what they're marketing. If people are reaching out just to get a cash offer, so they're using them, and then if it doesn't work out and they don't like the cash offer, just like all the other programs out there that they could use through other companies, but at least you are the person, right? Then they decide, ooh, this isn't what I want, and they turn around and list with you. I love that. What else do you guys have? Any other notes, takeaways?
There was
you want to share?
There were the two things. There was breakfast session. Anybody here blessed with ADHD?
I love you say blessed.
Yeah.
Self-diagnosed. No, I'm just kidding.
So there was a breakout session apparently. I missed it, and one of our agents, Anthony Bedgood, did like a visual recap of it. I just shared this with everybody in the WhatsApp group that we have. But basically, it just complements the entrepreneur brain, right? This whole craziness into little boxes and explain how to approach things more strategically, right? Not to try to be, oh, I'm so bad at this, I need to change. No, this is what you have. Make the best out of it, right? So that I'm not going to go too deep. It's like a 30-minute conversation. The second thing that I think is always valuable, that's why I do it consistently. I do it twice a year, more than twice a year, but the big events are twice a year. It's a mega camp every August, and then 6 months, and then families every February. Also to get excited every 6 months once again from what we do and who we are and how essential we are. And I'm not sure if it's next week or 2 weeks from now. Halley and I are going to go over the vision speech, the market stats, etc. But this is going to be the third best year in real estate historically. So we either part of it, or it's going to be another year that we just missed out something, and like we're then asking ourselves, why did I miss out on this opportunity? Right? This is history, right? And we're part of it. And again, I said at the very beginning, but the experience outside of the generic experience of just travel out, go to the breakfast sessions and everything, but to be with your peers, with leadership team members, hang out together, get to know each other, build a relationship within our group, I think it's powerful and second to none. And again, me personally, it gets me excited, reminds me what I do, the reason that I work, every day, just wake up to today, and I focus 100% on what I'm doing and why I love it. And it's important. And if you're going to put $150 every single month, that's all you need to afford next year's trip. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
I love that. So, Leslie, did you have any other thoughts?
Yeah, the last thing for me is I went to a breakout about entering the luxury space. And the main theme overall was being confident and being calm and being able to ask questions and listen to what those luxury clients want to know. And each person that spoke that has broken into luxury now, they all came from different circumstances, and they were all just regular people like you and me. You do not have to be a special person to be able to get into the luxury space. You just need to be able to understand what they're looking for. They're looking for clarity. They don't have a high tolerance for uncertainty. And one thing that somebody said was luxury clients buy fewer problems, not bigger houses. So they're looking for you to solve problems for them and to be calm in the face of any challenge.
That's such a good quote. Anyone else here?
I do.
Brandy, yes.
So I brought a couple of the things. So when you go, everybody bombards you with all of their stuff, and I forgot to text you and tell you.
I'm like, where's my macadamia nut?
So next
We ate-
meeting, get those ready.
Yeah.
But it's very cute how people show up because they know they're going there intentionally to build those referral partners. And so this person likes to golf. So she is a luxury agent and she puts a little T in there and the marker and she's giving these out. So I'm going to remember her, especially with my golf clients that might want to move out of state or wherever she's at. This person had a little bottle opener and chocolate. I would always use this. I'm going to refer to her for sure. But do your marketing very creative. There's a bookmarker with her 30% referral fee, the QR code. Italy, how to, go overseas and buy in Italy. They were there. I met Greece was there. So now I have my referral partner that I was looking for. The Savannah, Georgia ladies made a postcard. It's just how cute can you be with your marketing materials and what are you presenting out there to the public when you're going on listing appointments and meeting people?
I love that.
Very good, cute little things. And again, for the listing presentation, the worldwide coverage that we can show that we
So
are the
important.
only ones doing that. Make sure you guys gather all your info for these listing appointments because we should really be crushing it compared to anybody else.
Yeah.
I love that. Yes.
For me, the biggest takeaway besides social media is quality, not quantity. Like everybody that was successful, every breakout group that I went to, they talked about not having more than 2,000 people in your CRM, and even that could be too many. It's just if you're going to start farming, whatever you're going to do, start with 300 to 500 and make that your real meat, and then you can start expanding later. But get in there and really have that quality, that relationship, be the mayor. When you knock on that door and they answer the door, which is where Leslie and I are at now, they say, hi, oh my God, it's our favorite realtors. We don't have to say, where are your favorite realtors?
Yeah.
You want to be.
They recognize it.
That comes from the quality and not trying to get too far out too quickly.
I love that. You guys all have shared really, really good notes. If you guys want, scan this QR code. I put together a couple of the pieces that I interacted with. One of them, first of all, isn't that an adorable picture of everybody? Like, that was such a fun group that we had together. But I put together a little bit of a Google Drive. I'm going to keep dropping these extra notes and things like that you guys share with us if you want to share the notes.
And just to mention, this is the third year, official 30 that Scott Leroy is taking our picture.
The Scott Leroy.
He insists that he takes our picture.
The official Scott Leroy. But in this Google Drive, you guys are going to find 2 documents currently, and I'm going to share everyone else's notes when they send them via email. But one of them is the Social Media Con ahas. These are the top 10 takeaways and ahas from Social Media Con. Knowing things like, hey, we have 1.7 seconds to grab someone's attention in video. So if you're chatting and you're going, hey, my name's Halley Hardy with Keller Williams, blah, 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 already lost them, right? We had to hook them with the 1.7 seconds. So you're going to get all those little recaps. And then the second thing was, one of my favorite breakouts that I went to was talking about wealth. Because guess what? We're all here to grow our personal wealth. We're not here to do business for free. And so in this is going to be the Family Reunion Wealth book from Brett Tanner. And this is a great place. If you want to start taking control of your wealth, like we take control of our business, like we take control of knowledge of the market and the economy, this is a really, really good place to start. In here on page, I believe 3 or 5, it's just a general assessment of what you know about your life and your finances. Don't. And that's going to be a check-in. Hey, how much does my insurance coverage policy for if there was an accident? What would that happen? Like, what does it look like with my net worth? So you can fill out all of these things. It's a good place to start. If you want to learn more or talk about some of my notes from that, I'd love to sit down and work through this with you. Like I said, get that QR code. We're going to send them out. Big round of applause, you guys, for my panel. And for our peeps here. Welcome, Mr. James. Quickly come on up here. What do you have for us? Mr. James. Thank you, group.
Well, quickly, I'm going to be quick. Just a quick question to you guys. You know what triggers that you would create a file in command? What are the two things that would trigger that you would need to create a file in command? Do you know that? What is that? Whether you or UTC. Exactly. Heidi nailed it. Whenever you have a new listing agreement signed, you create an opportunity, or when you open escrow as you're presenting a buyer. So whenever you do that, please do this as soon as you can. It's very important for compliance purposes, especially when you sign a listing agreement. You have to do that right away. So just that's what I wanted to remind you. That's it.
Thank you. Just to be clear, you guys, first of all, round of applause for James. Thank you. Just to be clear, this is a office policy so that we can pay you guys on time. This is not us just trying to make some arbitrary rule. This is so when you close, you're not opening your opportunity the same day and saying, where's my check? Because it hasn't been cleared from compliance yet. This is just to give you time to go through the documents and to help care for everything. So I did forget. I did bring back a little goodie from Family Reunion. So Janet, since you're right here, why don't you pull a name from this? So let's see who our winner is of our little Family Reunion goodie. Okay, I know. I love it. You guys are so cute. Oh, Teresa Knight. Oh my gosh. Where is she? Is she in here? Literally, she's got 30 seconds and we're pulling a new one. If she's busy, that's a, oh, there we go, Teresa. Cool. I know. Just to be clear, I think this is what, the third or fourth thing you've won in a row, Teresa? Congratulations. You get this fun little Keller Williams special mug. You're welcome. You're welcome. I love bringing goodies back for you guys. Okay, quickly, let's go over upcoming classes. Simon's going over on Friday the buyer broker agreement. Remember, every Friday we have our broker classes. Super important that you guys attend. Producing, brand new. It's something you want to put on your calendar. So he's going over the buyer broker agreement. If you are interested in receiving office leads from opcity.com, remember it is a portal that we partner with to receive leads, buyer, seller leads, leasing leads, etc. You can contact me to get signed up for the program. If you're already signed up, this is a class that you do want to attend because they're going to go over some of the nitty-gritty stuff, how to make sure that you're optimizing so that you receive the most leads, etc. So if you have more questions about that, come and chat with me. And I'll be happy to walk through to see whether or not the program's a good fit for you. And again, if you're already participating, make sure to put this on your calendar, March 11th at 12:30 on Zoom. Besides that, thanks very much. I appreciate you being patient, and let's go out and